Welcome to Music 1020, Survey of Jazz. Before we go any further, make sure that you check back in your course documents or your lessons section under course documents and print out the documents that you might need for these lectures. These documents will include, but not be limited to, your jazz critique sheet, your course syllabus, your music definitions, and others. The syllabus may very well be found in a different section of the buttons in your Blackboard site. The button may very well be the Start Here button. I have already imparted some information in the text section of the announcements on the Blackboard site. However, we will continue with some of the descriptions of the assignments for the semester. First of all, there is a live listening project for this semester. Each student is required to see 2 live performances of music. Obviously, it's preferable that they are jazz performances. For each of those 2 performances, the student will be required to fill out 2 critique sheets. That means fill out a critique sheet each for 2 songs that they hear during the performance. In addition, for one of the 2 performances, and only one of the 2 performances, there is also a critical review that will be due. There is a sheet in the course documents section that describes the parameters for the critical review. The performances you see do not have to be major concerts, major ticketed concerts. They can be parties in the park, nightclubs, restaurants where there might be just a guitar player playing, or other performances. A good place to look for performances each week is in the Plain Dealer Friday section under the concert listings for jazz, which also includes nightclub listings as well. Of course, there is also the Northeast Ohio Jazz Society internet site where you can find some performances, as well as the Cleveland Jazz Orchestra internet site. You will also have 10 recorded listening assignments associated with music that we hear during the semester. There are 3 examples of this in the recordings section in the audio lectures. I have also included a discography of tunes that I would like for you to use for the semester. These tunes are included on the Smithsonian Collection of Classic Jazz, which is a 5 CD collection, unfortunately out of print at this point. If you do want to listen directly off of that without having to buy it or go out and search on the internet, you can use the set that we have available to us in the Western Campus Library of Tri-C. All you have to do is go to the main desk, ask for whichever CD you'd like to listen to, and you can use that CD on the computers there in the library or the TLC. In fact, the CDs cannot be checked out of the library, and you will have to use them within the library, but you can do your assignment from those very computers. The recorded listening assignments are also located in the course documents section of this button. You can indeed click on assignment number 1 if you'd like. It will take you to a window where there is a section down below where there is a browse. Previously, you will have opened up the critique sheet. We will explain the vitals of the critique sheet during the next audio lecture, but the critique sheet is also under course documents. If you download it, you can see that, first of all, it's a reference-only document. It cannot be changed, but you can check the boxes and type into the spaces next to the questions that require a written response. You will open up this document when you're listening to one of the tunes, either over the internet, from this site, or from other sources, and you will complete the responses as you are listening to the tune. Once you have completed the responses, just save the document to your computer. Come back to Blackboard here at this site, and then you will go to this window under assignment number 1, 2, 3, 4 through 10. And down below there is a browse. You would browse back to the document you have just completed, the critique sheet, and you would upload it to that assignment. When you upload that assignment to Blackboard, and then you go down below where it says assignment number 1 to view assignments, if you click on that, you will see in the section under completed assignment a green exclamation point which says that you have completed the assignment. When I have checked the assignment, you will see that green exclamation point will have changed to 10 points, which is automatically given for a completed critique assignment. I will be personally checking and making comments about at least the first assignment that you turn in to make sure that you're headed in the right direction. Any other questions that you have about the critique sheets, other than what's answered in the next lecture, we can discuss in the discussion boards, or if you must, you can send me an email and we can discuss it by email. The face-to-face version of this class usually use several multimedia documentaries. I would really like to give you a chance to take a look at some of the artists that we're talking about. So if you'll take a look at some of those recordings, for example, in the discography, and do a search in YouTube for either those recordings or the artists that perform them, you can very easily find those performances of the artists to view. Viewing the artists in performance will give you a good idea of what jazz is really all about. So make good use of YouTube with the artists and of jazz in general. On your information sheet and syllabus, you will discover that the text for this class is the Mark Gridley Jazz Styles History and Analysis actually it's the 10th edition, excuse me. The additional resource, of course, were the recordings from the Smithsonian Collection of Classic Jazz. The discography for the collection is, of course, that document that I previously spoke of. I have covered the evaluation of the course in the text section in the announcements for Blackboard. However, you'll see on the second page the actual syllabus, which lists not only the reading assignments, but also the outside listening assignments for each week. There is one listening assignment due each week during the semester for 10 total assignments. I would suggest that you wait until the third week to get started and then go ahead and do 2 or 3 each week for the first 2 or 3 weeks, rather than trying to turn a critique in the first week. The reading includes the appendix section that's listed in the syllabus, chapters 1 through 5 before we have the first exam. 1 and 2 will not be covered too specifically or in detail on the exam. 3, 4, and 5 will be primarily the fodder for the exam. The exams this semester will appear in the course documents section as one of the section elements during the period in which we take the exams in week 4, week 7, and week 10. I will get back to you by way of announcements or email the exact dates that those exams will be deployed. As far as reviewing for tests, I would start with the chapter summaries in each case. They have the most important points listed in the summaries. Then go back to the beginnings of the chapters, look for all of the lists, either numbered or bulleted. The lists are usually very important. Also look for the comparisons between one jazz era and another at the beginning of a new jazz era chapter. Look for anything that is a section heading that's in bold print or italicized print, and then you can expand from there for your review for any of the exams. Each exam battery will consist of 2 exams, one a 50 or 60 question exam over the survey material directly from the text, and then there will be a 30 question exam as a part of the first battery, second battery, and third battery, which will be the same 10 questions asked about each of 3 tunes that you will listen to as a part of the exam. Those 10 questions are actually in a document in the course documents section. The only thing that will change will be the multiple choices on the first question from each era to era to era. Once again, I cannot emphasize too much that there are 6 components to this class: 3 exams, the live listening project, the recorded listening assignments, and the discussion board posts. The first 4, the 3 exams and the live listening assignment, are all worth huge amounts of points, 250 points or so apiece. The recorded listening and the discussion posts are worth 100 points apiece. So it's very important to understand that while there will be a curve on the class, and it should be very easy for you to get a good grade in this class, if you miss any one of the 4 major components, it could mean a failing grade. So make sure you do not miss any of those tests or the live listening project. Any other questions, please use the discussion boards. I will be monitoring the discussion boards on a daily basis to make sure that everybody's headed in the right direction, but hopefully you'll be able to answer each other's questions. And if you have different kinds of threads that you would like to start, please do so. You are required of 2 posts per week on the discussion boards. Please do not make them yes or no answers. Thank you.